Hi everybody, this is Alan Fine. I'm here at the Collette 102nd celebration. I'm with the president, Jackie Leibel-Cote, and her cousin, Diana Ditto, and this is Insider Travel Report. This is a great little celebration you guys are having. First of all, what I really like is the fact that you are bringing everyone to the world, and you brought the world to us. I mean, the spices, the flamenco dancing, you did a really good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Was it hard to put together?
The team did a great job. So, you know what? It's a creative group, so this is fun for them. And they kind of, to your point, they brought the world in one night here with food tastings and just different experiences that you can interact with, and that's the point.
Well, what's great is that it showcased the fact that you have more than 20 new tours. Let's talk about them.
Yes.
You want to tell us about it?
Absolutely. We have a lot of new product. The Azores is a top destination. Morocco, we had the Moroccan spices here this evening. That's a top tour. The Middle East is back, so we have Egypt and Jordan, new product there. And also a great new tour for us is Croatia. Croatia and its islands. We have a private yacht, 19 cabins, and it cruises the Croatian archipelagos, and it's top sellers, so everyone's loving it. And yeah, it was all here with us this evening.
But that brings up a topic. I mean, you guys are always studying the market, and you're usually ahead of the curve. You try to be. What are the hot new places? So you were mentioning some. Are there any others?
I mean, Egypt is booming right now, and I would say that's probably for everyone. We have the new Egypt and Jordan tour that's coming out. Really, the Middle East in general is just going through the roof. And that's a really good thing, because it definitely had its time of slow, where it was a bit slow. But I think you're seeing new areas in Europe also sort of coming back, or people are really wanting to get off of the typical and move into something a bit more unique. And so I think you're going to see more development in that area, but not in the destinations or the countries that you would think today that are, some of the top ones. I think in the future, Romania, Albania, I think a lot of those are sort of the untouched to some extent, and I think you're going to see more of that come online. And I think different areas in Europe, but really even in those destinations, trying to get more unique and bring a different experience to the table.
And I bet even in your mainstays, like Italy is a strong one for you. Are people now diverging and going outward beyond the usual?
Absolutely, yeah. So even in Switzerland, which is a top destination for Colette, we have a tour that just explores the entire country by train. So it's really divergent from what a lot of the other tour operators are doing. In Italy, we have a tour that just focuses on the Northern Lakes region and doesn't really go to Florence and Rome. It really focuses in on the Dolomites and that whole area. So again, those secondary destinations. And, Jacqueline was talking about unexplored areas in Europe, the Baltics. We have a new fabulous product to the Baltics, which is great, and we're seeing a lot of interest there. And Russia is back big time.
Like what city?
St. Petersburg and Moscow, but experiencing them in new ways. Everyone does the tried and true there, so we've taken a really fresh approach, getting our people around Moscow instead of sitting in the worst traffic ever. We're here in New York, we think it's bad here, it's awful in Russia. So we're exploring by the train, the subway in Moscow, and it's the best way to get around. And the subway stations are like palaces. And so it's an experience, and people love it. Taking, even on tried and true destinations, taking a really fresh approach. And that's why Colette is staying relevant. That's why we're seeing, our business continue to grow and events like this be so successful. People want to come out and see how we're spending travel, because we're really leading the charge and putting some of the best product, in the industry out there.
Now, I think you have something to say about the news of companies like Thomas Cook and all that. What have we learned from that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's very unfortunate when you see anyone in travel not succeed. So especially companies with that sort of longevity. I think it's just, it's very important on the financial stability of how you run any business. Thankfully, Colette, we're debt-free. We have zero debt. We've been in existence for 101 years, to date, and we're going to continue to maintain a strong financial profile while continuing to to expand and explore. So, that's really important to us. We want to continue with the family legacy, not just the Sullivan generation's family, but also, it's the Collette family. We support all of those jobs, and they help support the business, and that is so critical and so important to our success, because it wasn't, Dan and my grandfather, they didn't do it alone, my dad. And so, it's really important that we maintain strong financial strength and use that to our advantage to continue to innovate and disrupt in the guided travel space.
Now you've been president for how long?
It's just about a year and a half now.
So my big question is, a lot of it was what you expected, but what were the surprises?
I don't know. What were the surprises? I would say, for me, some of the surprises were just, I thought I didn't really have time before. I don't know if this is really a surprise, but really just continuing to balance that time, being more in the local community, expanding into the international community, and just really traveling a lot more, which obviously we're in travel, so I expected it, but maybe not to the great lengths, but I want to be out there. So it's just balancing my family life and the work part of it, but it's been a great learning experience, and we're building a great leadership team, which we've always had, but I think if you were to ask me in my 14 years here with the company, I think we have some of the strongest leadership that I've seen in my career, and I think that's only going to show, you're going to see that in the next coming years of how that strength is going to continue to drive us into the future.
We're going out to over 97,000 travel agents now, very proud of that. And so what is it that you'd like them to know about Collette?
Well, one thing I'd like them to know is there's trust there in our product and our product quality. We have a 98% excellent rating, and we're a guest-centric company, and when you sell our product, you can trust that your travelers will have an excellent experience.
Yeah, I think, the travel professional community is so critical to, supporting Collette, and, the travelers, to Diana's point, we're a consistent quality product, and I think that's very valuable, and you want that for the travelers. I also think that from a travel professional standpoint, we are monitoring everything that's going on across the globe, recognizing that they may be traveling with Collette, but should anything occur, a cyclone or any, those things that just happen when people are traveling sometimes, volcano eruptions and people get stranded, we are making sure that we're communicating not only to the travel professionals, but making sure that we're getting the guests home or to wherever they need to be next. And we need to be doing that together. And I think that transparency and that communication and that level of service, trust is critical in making sure that we're moving things forward.
All right, well, congratulations, 102 years now, and the new tours, exciting, and I hope everybody books with you guys. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.